Everyone, welcome to the live stream. We're also on the audio portion of the show, and we're doing a little bit of an update here. I said I'll be updating everyone throughout the day because I'm concerned with some of the updates that I'm getting. This is American Military News reporting. So, voters told voting machines aren't working in Maricopa County, Arizona. A video out of Maricopa County, Arizona on Tuesday showed a man who appeared to be a county election worker advising dozens of voters waiting in line that their vote tabulation machines are not working. Our voter tabulation machines have ceased to function. We have two tabulators, the apparent poll worker said in the video. One of the tabulators is not working, okay? I am unable to tabulate unless you are a Democrat. Go fuck yourself, you cheating fucks. The other tabulator is taking about 75% of successful ones, so 25% of them are being misread. And it could be a printer issue, or it could be the tabulator itself, or you could figure your fucking job out. How about that? Tyler Bauer here at Long Lines in Anthem, Arizona, with poll workers explaining that the Maricopa County machines are not working. Do not get out of line. Charlie Kirk was talking about this last night on his show. His pre-election warm-up. They were saying they're going to be watching Maricopa County, among others, because they have concerns that everything is going to be handled properly and handled fairly. Let's get an update here.
Make sure that it reads and everything is fine.
Can you repeat that?
I can promise.
Can you start from the beginning and repeat that?
So what happens is we have two tabulators. One of the tabulators is not working.
One of them
Okay.
with
The
my
other
boyfriend,
tabulator is
and he
taking
cannot
about
commit,
75%
and he has not shown up today.
So 25% of them are being
I'm
misread.
really upset about
And
it.
It could be a printer issue.
Just commitment
Or it
issues.
could be the tabulator
So many
itself.
commitment
So
issues.
It's misread. You have an option to put it into what's called box 3, and it gets read. Whether it goes downtown and gets read manually, or whether it gets refed into our tabulator.
You don't want to adjudicate.
They get read.
No.
Okay?
Box 3
No
goes
one's trying
directly
to
into the gigantic
any-
tire
Of course
fire
not.
we
That's
have in the
election
center of
day. That would
town.
never happen, right? No, that would never happen.
So choices are, you guys. Sure.
If I get up there and that happens to my ballot, can I take my ballot with me and go somewhere else?
Not the premises with the ballot. Sorry, and there's not like a
Because I don't trust going to box, they never make
No,
me out there.
no way.
All the time.
The choices.
I'll come back.
The choices to wait until.
So I'm happy that people are being insistent about this. They want to make sure their votes are going in properly. They want to make sure they're getting tabulated properly. A lot more people are on the ball about this after what happened in Trump's election. I know I can get myself kicked off YouTube if I say there's 100% proof that cheating happened. Okay, all right. There were indiscrepancies that were concerning that happened in the 2020 election. People are very hyper aware and concerned about this now. The Democrats are concerned about this because there's only one way for them to win, because no one with a functioning brain wants Democrats running the country. The Democrats so far have shoved needles in your arms at the threat of your job. They're trying to transition your children. They're trying to get us to Green New Deal garbage and climate control crap that isn't even really a thing. The climate's fine. We're only changing by 1 degree, and that's because the planet is going through its normal functions. There are no actual issues. So the people are focusing on the problems that they're having. Democrats have created inflation. Democrats are taking more money out of your pocket. Democrats are making life harder. Democrats are hurting your family. That's a fact. So the legitimate people that are coming out to the polls, they're voting to get rid of this crap. You have the hardcore leftists, and they're going to vote Democrat. Even if the Democrat was eating their baby, they would still vote Democrat. They go, I don't trust Republicans. They're just mean and awful, and they don't care about me. So they're going to vote Democrat no matter what happens. Anyone that's really thinking about the major issues and what's happening to us, what's happening to Americans, you don't want to be robbed, you don't want to be raped, you don't want to be pushed onto train tracks in New York. If you don't want those things to happen, you get rid of the Democrats and you go to Republican rule. That's what you need to have a safer society. And the legitimate Republicans, right? Because there's ones that are going to be, they're going to talk the talk and say that they're going to do things. The Mitch McConnells and the Kevin McCarthys of the world are going to talk a good game and tell you about what they're going to do. And that's not actually going to happen. And then you've got the J.D. Vances and the Blake Masters and the others who are this new blood, new era Republican that is coming in and promising change. And because they're getting the will and the voice of the people. That's why they're doing this. They understand the people are upset, and we don't want an old school Republican that's like, well, I should play this carefully. I don't know what to do, so I'm going to kind of play between party lines. Fuck party lines, and fuck partisanship with the Democrats. The Democrats need to be removed from office in their entirety and replaced with a new Republican leadership. And then those Republicans need to be held accountable for what they promised that they were going to do. Don't give me words. We've gotten words for years, and we know it's bullshit. Actions speak louder than words. That's what I want to see. So this continues here. The apparent poll worker then said voters waiting in line have the option to either put their ballots into what's called Box 3, which is, I'm assuming, the one that goes into the burning fire pit, like from The Simpsons. And it gets read, whether it goes downtown and gets read manually or whether it gets refed into a tabulator, they will get read. As a poll worker talked, a man in the background could be heard saying, "We don't want to educate." No. The poll worker then said while laughing that no one is trying to deceive anyone. Of course not. Not on election day, a man in the background said. That would never happen. See, people are wise. A woman standing in the line then asks if she completes her ballot and the tabulation machine doesn't work, if she can take her completed ballot to another location to have it counted. The poll worker responded that voters cannot leave the premises with the ballot. I don't trust it in a go box. The woman replied. The box may never be counted. This happens all the time. The woman then left her place in the line. The Arizona Secretary of State's office has yet to respond to an American Military News request for comment on the situation. The Maricopa County Elections Department also did not respond to an American Military News request for comment. The video has already caught viral attention, and Republican Arizona gubernatorial candidate Kari Lake shared it, tweeting, "I'm getting flooded with calls and text messages from people who are having trouble voting all over Maricopa County. This is why we must reform our elections." And I'm so glad that people are stepping up and reaching out and really communicating with all of this. I'm glad to see that happening. She had another video. I'm assuming it's a match to the video that I just played for you. So Arizona Republican Party Chairwoman Kelly Ward tweeted, "Big problems with Maricopa vote. Tabulator malfunctions at least 6 places. Do not put your ballot in box 3 to be tabulated downtown. Maricopa will not be turning on the downtown tabulators today. Find your nearest polling place here." So can I, and here she is posting some of that information. Put in your address, where you can go. Anybody that's in the Maricopa Valley area, get this information, that's listening to the show, that is on Twitter, is following my Twitter feed. Get this information and get to somewhere where you can turn it in right away. Don't get, can I say that here we go? That, here goes the Democrats' old tricks? No, but I can say that it's very concerning. How much time have you had to keep working on keeping the voting safe and making sure we don't have any issues? And instead you half-ass it and you run into these problems. And I understand there's going to be problems. You can't predict everything. Things are going to happen. But they should have been ahead of the game, especially with how concerned and how on edge everybody is, to make sure that this goes fairly, their voices are heard, and that this is I got messages coming into about the election, this is fair and it's proper. So I'm glad these people are speaking up. Yes, this is a concern, one way or the other, whatever it is you believe, and it needs to be resolved and it needs to be fixed. Minutes later, Ward tweeted up to 15 locations reported in Maricopa County where tabulator malfunctions. Is this incompetence or malfeasance? From Stephen Richer and Maricopa Vote, or both? Good question, as I just brought up. After Ward advised voters on how to find other locations to vote, Republican lawyer Harmeet Dillon relayed new guidance for voters to leave their current polling locations if they've not to leave their current polling locations if they've already checked in. Latest guidance for Maricopa County voters: if you've checked in at a Maricopa County voting location where tabulators don't work, you should not leave and go to another location without casting a vote. Dillon tweeted, your provisional ballot at a new location likely will not count. If you've not checked in to vote in Maricopa County and you are informed that the tabulating machines are not working there, you can go vote at another site in the county, Dillon continued. Here's a list to find a place with a smaller line. And she offers some information here. I think I said he. I apologize about that. So Harmeet Dillon is providing more information there, as you can see on the screen, what to do and other places to go. If you are leaving your ballot in the box to be tabulated later, we have trained Republican volunteers who will follow and track the transportation of these ballots and monitor their counting. Dillon continued, this is prearranged given prior issues in Maricopa County. Do vote. So they've already concerned that there could be issues. So we got the Maricopa. Yeah, I started having drinks ahead of preparing for all of this, and I might have gotten ahead of myself. So Maricopa County, Arizona, and so 14 states have activated National Guard for midterm elections. That's interesting. I don't know if they feel like there's going to be issues at the ballot box. But here we go. Voting machines down in an entire New Jersey county. Let's take a look at this and see what's going on. We're in the middle of voting today, people, right? I went this morning and I voted just to be on the safe side, beat the rush and beat everybody getting out of work. I took the day off so I could be focused on the election results and getting to them throughout the whole day. So this is a concern that in the middle of the day, they're very conveniently having more issues. So again, American Military News reporting, voting machines down in an entire New Jersey county. Voting machines went down in Mercer County, New Jersey, on Tuesday morning as voters arrived to cast their ballots in the midterm elections. Election officials told News 12 New Jersey that a software issue caused problems in voting machines county-wide. The company that runs the machines are currently working on the issue, the officials said. I'm sure they are. In the meantime, voters will be required to cast paper ballots that will be hand-tabulated, according to News 12. That's not tabulated. It's going to be hand-tabulated by professionals. Maricopa County, Arizona, also had issues with the voting machines on Tuesday morning. A video circulating on Twitter showed a man who appeared to be a county election worker advising dozens of voters waiting in line that their vote tabulation machines are not working. That's a story that I just referenced a short time ago. We have two tabulators, the apparent poll worker said in the video. One of the tabulators is not working, okay? The other tabulator is taking about 75% successful. So 25% of them are being misread. And it could be a printer issue, or it could be the tabulator itself, or you could fucking figure it out. The apparent poll worker then said voters waiting in line have the option to either put their ballots into what's called box 3, and that goes to the fire pit, and it gets read whether it goes downtown and gets read manually, or whether it gets refed into the tabulator, they will get read. As the poll worker talked, a man in the background could be heard saying, we don't want to educate. Why can't I say that? No, we don't want to walk away. We don't want to give it up and go somewhere else. And we don't want to give it off to have it go into the ether and hope that it's treated fairly. The poll worker then said while laughing that no one is trying to deceive anyone. Of course not. Not on election day, the man in the background said. That would never happen. And I've just read things to you that I just had in a previous story. So they're just reiterating here that voting machines are down in New Jersey, which I wouldn't trust. I wouldn't trust any Democrat-run city or state, honestly. So that's concerning that they're down there. Let's see. Real clear. Let's just jump over to real clear politics, because I'm having an easy time of all this. Let's make sure our recording's going okay. Real clear politics. I'm going to refresh it here. You can see some of the numbers that are up right now. Kemp 50, Abrams 45 is Kemp plus 5. Walker 49, Warnock 47 in Georgia. That's Walker plus 2. Walker 47, Walker 46, these are all different news organizations or districts reporting in. Kemp 52, Abrams 46, Kemp plus 6. All right, you're seeing some of that there. Masters 48, Kelly 47. Masters plus 1 in the Arizona run. Lake 51, Hobbs 47. That's Lake plus 4. So let's get an update here and see if we're looking at the same thing. So it looks like it's pretty pretty on point to what we were just looking at. Lake 51, Hobbs 47 with a Lake +4. That's good in Arizona as well. So we got Arizona governor and Arizona Senate going on. And that's some good numbers so far. Walker is still giving Warnock a run for his money as well. Walker has been a tough, kind of weak candidate, and I'm hoping he can drag himself, or Kemp can drag him across the finish line, and he can get it done. Kemp is pretty safely ahead of Abrams, the president of the Federation. Apparently, with these idiots on the network putting her in there, the twice failed runner for office, Abrams. Kemp is up +6. Let's see what else we got here. In the Wisconsin governorship, Mitchell's is 50, Evers 48 with Mitchell's +2. Nevada Senate, Laxalt is at 50, Cortez Masto at 45. It's got Laxalt +5. Nevada, Lombardo 49, Sisolak 46. Lombardo is up 3. So that's some of the updates right now. New Hampshire Governor Sununu 55, Sherman 43. It's got Sununu +12. Hassan is at 50. Bolduc is at 48. That's Hassan +2 for the Democrat. Whitmore 48. Dixon 49. Dixon up +1. I'm hoping that you get rid of the wicked witch of the North up there in Michigan, and get rid of her. She was just as bad as the New York representatives, as Como, in getting old people killed, running the state into absolute just garbage. She's a horrible, horrible woman, a liar. While she was forcing everyone to go into lockdown and not do anything, her husband was demanding to be able to take the family boat out on the lake and telling them, "Do you know who I are? I'm the husband of Governor Whitmore. You know, Whitmore." I hope that she loses. So far, Republicans doing well. They're up plus in numbers, not huge, but Oregon Governor Kotek 48, Drazen 44, and Johnson 7, and they got Kotek up +4 right now. And we'll see how that runs off. Oregon is a leftist Antifa-run shithole. I'm hoping that it would be great if Republicans could take that back and start restoring, peace and law and order to Oregon instead of letting the crazy leftist regime run it. Colorado, we've got Bennett 51, O'Day 44, so Bennett's up +7, and let's hope O'Day. There's a lot of races that were really close. Some of the polls are off as well, and figuring the numbers out. So let's not write them out just yet. Write them off. Another Colorado governorship, Polis versus Ganal. Polis is up +12, so that's pretty rough. In the places where Democrats are really strong, and it's amazing to me how single-minded and stupid some people are. Democrats are destroying your life. They're making you lose your job. They're making all of your bills go up. Your grocery bills go up. They're taking your right to free speech away. Everything that you try to do in your life has gotten worse. They've almost created nuclear war with Biden's pull out of Afghanistan, showing the rest of the world how weak we really are, and how he's in bed with other countries like Ukraine, China, and in some cases even Russia as well, especially with his crackhead son Hunter. And these people still go for a Democratic leadership. And a lot of it is they're going to want their free handouts. They're going to want money on their EBT card. They want the taxpayers to take care of them because they don't want to run a real life. I get it. So again, it goes back to the analogy. They're going to vote Democrat even if that Democrat is eating their baby while they vote. They're still going to vote Democrat anyway. And it's just sad that we have people in this country that hate this country so much and are so lazy and single-minded that the only thing they care about is their free handouts and whatever bullshit information is fed to them by the Democrats, and they believe it. They take it hook, line, and sinker. So, told you I was going to get you updates throughout the day. That's real clear politics, and the Daily Wire here has got some updates, and it's talking about red wave momentum, and the GOP have high hopes, and again, knock on wood, but I'm hoping that, that we could have a good setup.
This could be the start of...
Whoopsie. All right, so breaking, let's see, we got more breaking news here. Arizona election officials sound alarm on significant number of tabulation machine hiccups. We just went over those stories. You got to see that. Results for several high-profile races expect to be delayed in California, of course. Florida's really efficient on counting all their votes. All the other places, they have a hard time with it, and they drag their feet, and it takes time. And of course, who knows what happens when they drag their feet and it takes them long. When you go to bed, when the cat's away, the mice will play, right? So you go to bed and you're thinking, all right, I'm going to get even more detailed results in the morning, and all of a sudden the Democrat won. A little weird, but all right. AOC apologizes for not listing her pronouns on Instagram. I'd like to list my pronouns currently, and they are not and mentally ill. Those are my pronouns. Man accused of throwing cans at Ted Cruz. I identified. I saw this story. He was in the parade, and this jerk off was throwing something at him. Of course, a left-wing shitbag. Joseph Harm Arcidiano Cono. That sounds like a true American name. 33 faces felony charges and a potential $40,000 bond. Police have identified the man who allegedly threw cans of alcohol at Senator Ted Cruz, Republican from Texas, during an Astros World Series parade on Monday. Joseph Halm Arcidiano, I'm not even going to try. 33 has been charged with a felony after throwing 2 cans, which Cruz identified as White Claw. Of course, his leftist is drinking White Claw seltzers, and the police initially identified as beers, according to the Houston Chronicle. Cruz was struck in the chest and neck, but did not suffer any major injuries. Cruz later thanked law enforcement for their speedy response to the incident and mocked Arcidiano Cono for throwing with a noodle arm. Video of the incident shows Cruz being loudly booed by parade goers in one section of the route, with one attendee giving the senator the middle finger. And of course, that's the left-wing idiots for you. There's a sissy right there, and yeah, he looks like he drinks White Claw when on the weekends with his boyfriend. Definitely strikes me as a leftist. The Astros secured the World Series title against the Philadelphia Phillies last week over the course of 6 games. Prosecutors have requested that old Konos there bond be set at $40,000. Here's some of the video right here of the event. You see him block it, and they're yelling and pointing to authorities to grab the person. So there we go, and we don't have any updates currently, as there are still, as you can see here, some of the first polls in the country closing in about 2 hours and 22 minutes. So around 5 or 6 o'clock hour, I'm going to jump back on and start giving you guys more updates on what's going on. I just wanted to get to you with some of the voting irregularities, just some odd issues happening with voting for people in a couple of different states. There goes the husky. That's what you're hearing in the background. And be aware of that. I hope that everyone is registered. You're voting. I know you always hear that this is the most important election of your life. This is the time to either vote for freedom or lose it all in darkness. But this really is, because of the way that Dementia Joe got in office, and 80 million votes for this dementia-ridden Nazi who forces needles in your arms and transitions your kids. Does that sound right to you? And his corrupt regime have taken office with his crackhead son taking buyouts from multiple countries. And all of them want to shove this left-wing crazy garbage down our throats. And this is this is one of the most important elections in your life, at least to date. And then trying to get the presidency after this. But let's focus on one issue at a time. We've got to have a red wave here. So get out there, make sure you're registered, vote Republican across the board. I did in Connecticut, even though I'm probably going to be boxed out by the blue left-wing nut jobs in this state. I did my part. I went out there. I voted Republican across the board. I recommend to everybody that you do the same if you want some sort of normalcy to be returned to your life. We need to get rid of the Democrats and get the Republicans in office. All right? We'll check back in a couple of hours to start getting some of the newest updates and numbers coming in. All right? Thanks, everyone. We'll see you